Hi, everybody. So, I'm gonna give it a second for the audience to build. And I'm gonna grab my sage after I invite a couple of people. Alright. So, give me a second so that I can grab my sage. Alright. Hey everybody coming on. I'm lighting my sage so I can cleanse and clear and set the tone while the audience builds. Oh no. Alright. Hey everybody. Alright, so I was planning on going live today, but there's been something that has been on my mind for quite a while now, and Spirit just kept nudging me to go live about it. So, I'm sure everybody in the spiritual community has heard lots of people say, go within. Everyone says, go within, go within, go within. And it's heard all over the spiritual community to go within. It's been said for a very, very long time to go within. Various quotes, in different ways. And, it's just everywhere. And let me turn off sorry about that, let me turn off my notifications. I forget how loud that is for you guys. Alright, there we go. I apologize for that. Whoa, okay. My thing just fell. Give me a second. Alright. We're good. We're good. Alright, so busy. Yeah. So with, we hear this everywhere. Or maybe some of you are wondering, why do I keep hearing this? Why do I keep hearing to go within? Why do people keep telling me to go within? Some people get very angry for, hearing this because it's just simply not understanding it, or they don't want to do the work. Which it's a lot easier than, going to multiple sources for information. It is extremely important to go within. And I say this because if you hear me say this, and there's a part of you that either resonates with it or doesn't, it's important to go within to see if it truly does resonate with you. Why is it so important to go within? There is many reasons. I've seen lots of people post on Facebook asking the community, the spiritual community they're a part of, a question about themselves that I know for a fact can be found within. The thing about this is that when we keep reaching outside of us for answers, and we keep going outside of ourselves for answers, we're only going to get a mix of different identities, different answers, different, just everything. There's never going to be the same answer from more than, a couple of people. Everyone and everything is going to have a different answer for you. And it's important to go within because maybe they are right about you. Maybe they can read energy. And I'm talking about myself included. If I tell you something about yourself, I may be right. I may know what I'm talking about. But no one knows you better than you know yourself. And this is on all levels, all dimensions, all planes. And if we are reaching outside of ourselves all the time for answers, we get confused. And what we tend to do is to stick with the answers that just feel good, about something we actually just want to hear, something that, not things that necessarily we need to hear, or what our truth is, but it's just what feels good at that time. And some of us may not even, be aware of this, but this is why it's so important to go within. And I guess I can first start off by saying, what does it mean to go within? What the heck does that mean? Well, going within means spending time with yourself, working on yourself, going in solitude and being with yourself. No phones, no TVs, no outside source of voices or distraction, and just spending time with yourself in the present moment. And that can be meditating, that can be drawing, that can be painting, that could be running, that could be exercising. No matter what you do to spend time with yourself, that is a form of going within, because you are being set to sit with your thoughts, your emotions, what's going through your head, what's going through your heart. And when we want to find an answer for something, we, depending on the music, if you're listening to frequencies that don't have voices or subliminal messages, that's a good way, because, again, those are just outside voices, outside distractions, outside thoughts that are going into your head, and they become your own. It's so important, because we think the thoughts that we're thinking that come from other people are our own, because we hear it in our voice when we say it in our head, or it resonated at the moment, or anything like that. While other people may be right about what they say about you, your energy, your mission, no matter what you're going to somebody about, nobody knows you like you know you. Your soul knows you. Your body knows you better than anybody on this planet ever will. And, and Amanda, it's not bad to listen to voice that helps you retrain your mind to, actually do go within and retrain to not depend on what other people have to say. And, going within is just spending 5 minutes or more with yourself. And a lot of people, I know that this happens, a lot of people go to outside sources for, information about themselves and their lives and their reality. They go to other people for this information. And what I noticed is that it's either because they don't want to sit and do the work, or they're afraid. And all things can be solved by going within. And, Spirit has just been nudging me to talk about this. I haven't wanted to, but, I'm just being guided to talk about this because, I guess it's important. But, taking time with yourself, no one else. A lot of people are afraid to do that. A lot of people find it easier to go to other people for their answers. While the balance between outside and inside is important, a lot of people don't want to do the work of bringing the balance in, where we find the answers outside and we find the answers inside. Most of the time, it's really important, because most of the time we can find what we're looking for inside of ourselves by sitting and thinking about it, or sitting and meditating on it, sitting and clearing our mind and allowing the message to come through, asking yourself, okay, what is the answer to this question? Most times than not, the answer will come to you, and it's the first thing that you think about, or it's the first nudge you get, and the more we practice going within, the easier it will get, and we won't have problems with we won't have undesirable situations with where we don't know the answer and we have to go outside for ourselves. Having another's opinion, having another's viewpoint and perspective helps us grow and helps us learn and help us evolve. But when it comes to ourself and our mission and our journey and our life and our reality, anything that has to do with us and that is more than likely, 99.99%, you can find the answer, by going within ourself. And, when we go within, I'm speaking from lots and lots of experience with this. I've found the balance between going to others and going to myself. For a long while, I was one of those people that was going to people all of the time. And that just led me to confusion. It leads us to confusion, whether we feel fully, stable in what somebody has told us or not. It's up to us to go within ourselves to find out if that really does resonate, if that really is our truth. Because when somebody else tells you something, it may be your truth, but if you have doubt in anything that you're told, go within. Don't go to another more trusted source, because you're just going to find more confusion. Every answer isn't going to be the same. The one that matters the most the one that matters the most is what we in our hearts and spirit knows. And this is not my way of saying don't go to other people, because that balance is important. It's the balance between going to others and going to ourselves. But a lot of us have missed out on going to ourselves. A lot of us are going to multiple healers, multiple psychics, multiple card readers, and constantly, though. It's okay to do that, because we're all one. We're all here for each other. We're all supposed to be in union, But if that's a constant thing, and we find ourselves confused, and we find ourselves receiving different answers that aren't leading us to where we want to go and where we feel good inside of ourselves and really feel solid, then we need to go within. It is so important, because all of our gifts, all of our answers, all of whatever we desire and whatever we want to be is inside. It's inside of ourselves. And, and that little voice inside is always giving us the answers we need. It's always telling us what to do and where to go and what to say. We just need to listen to it. We need to trust. We need to let go of fear, so that way we can listen to it. I keep seeing 3-3. 3 viewers. That's awesome. 3's a big number lately. And that's funny, because I'm talking about going within, bringing the balance. I see 3 as a number of balance, of unity and harmony, things like that. And, going within, truly, so many people speak it. So many people say go within. But then they turn around and they ask somebody, like they post on Facebook, okay, what's going on? Is this person really my twin flame or not? And they're wrapped up in the emotion of it. They're wrapped up in ego. And what I mean by ego is that the ego likes to hold on to anything that validates its existence. It will hold on to lots of things it can't actually obtain, which means other people's opinions and other people's thoughts. And you know, and these people know that they're saying go within, but they're not practicing it. And you know, they're not wrong for it. I am not portraying any judgment, projecting anything. I am just observing, and I'm telling, it's contradicting, and it's important to go within for these answers. And all we need to do is go within, or all we need to do to go within is sit with ourselves. Seriously, we just have to sit with ourselves, by ourselves. No distraction, no other voices in any form, in any way it is. And, it's just sitting with ourselves, being with ourselves, and just ourselves. Solitude, so important, because it helps us go within. It supports us to go within. And a lot of people I see them posting on Facebook, and I see it and I brush it off because, it's their journey, but Spirit has guided me to go live about this because I see it a lot, and it goes through my, subconscious, and it's just that a lot of people post on Facebook looking for answers about their lives and about anything that has to do with them and their personal reality. And they're only going to get mixed answers. You're only going to get mixed opinions, mixed truths, mixed everything. And when we really are trying to find the answer for something, I guarantee there's not much that I know for a fact, and I will stand solid in. I always say I'm fluid. I'm always changing. I'm always adapting. My beliefs constantly change, but this is the one thing I can firmly stand in, guarantee that it's never changing. It's that part of ourself that is changing and yet completely unchanging. I guarantee we can always find the answer within when we find confusion by going outside of ourselves. If we're getting multiple answers and different reality and different perspectives, going within, that should be an obvious sign to go within. It should be, the sign that says, okay, well, the pieces of the puzzle are being put together, but there's something missing. We can feel when that thing is missing, and more likely than not, it's not going to be field. Hey, that's a good word. Spirit talking. It can be filled with with going within. We are that piece of the puzzle. Those quotes that say we're the ones that we're waiting for, going within, it's not a joke. It's not just another spiritual quote. It's not just another spiritual perspective, another spiritual truth. Going within will give us the ultimate answer. And I'm not bashing on those who don't at all. I'm hoping that by doing this, I help others to go within. I'm not saying you're wrong for not going within. That's part of your journey. That's part of the process. I have been there. But going within is important when you know how and when you realize it, because you'll just find confusion. You'll get stagnant if you don't go within. if you don't allow yourself to embrace yourself. All healing, all gifts, all things we need are inside at all times. They're never gone. When we have days where we're upset and we feel low vibrational, or we feel angry, or any of the above, it's still there. It hasn't left us. Afraid to go within. Yes, fear. Like I said, it's either fear or they just don't want to do the work. The reason why we're afraid to go within, and Cheryl, I said how to go within in the previous things I was talking about. It's just being with yourself without distraction. But the reason why most of us are afraid to go inside of ourselves is because we've been taught otherwise. We've been taught to depend on others and to go outside for the answers, and that the answers are in a God source outside of ourselves, separate from ourselves. When we go within, we begin to see it's all one. We begin to see the answers are everywhere. We begin to find the balance of the within and the without, the above and the below. And we're taught not to trust our intuition. So trust, I have been there. I was told that I need to start trusting my intuition like a year and a half ago. I was there not that long ago. I was going to everyone and everything for answers, and when we do this, we find untrue answers. We find answers that are not our truth, that lead us down the destructive path rather than the path that we're desiring. And it leads us further from the truth rather than closer. And going within helps us to get closer. It helps us to not just get closer and not just be and not just know the truth. We are that truth. We are there. We are the I am. We are the all. We are the one. We are the source. We are the God. When we enter inside of our own personal kingdom within ourselves. Wow, I'm channeling like crazy right now. I feel... So when I channel, I get dizzy. And I feel like tingles going through my energetic system. And, we have everything. I mean, this is not a joke, guys. This is serious. This is the thing that we do need to take serious, but have fun with it. Balance is important. Going within is so important because we find everything we're searching for. Everything. Things are speeding up now. Everyone has gone to everyone for everything. And, everything has gone, and we've been taught to go to sources outside of ourselves. We've been taught to get on our knees and pray to a God that is outside of ourselves and expect the answers to come outside of ourselves. But the thing about going within is we can talk to God and we can talk to us, or source, or your higher self, or your guides, or whatever it is, because you go within and you see, wow, we're all one and the same. We are all the same energy. We are all the same being, entity. We are all part of the one. And your intuition is your higher self, and your higher self is your intuition, and you are your intuition and your higher self. It's all inside of you, and it only goes deeper. It only gets better. I understand that when we tend, at first we go inside of ourselves. We begin meditating or contemplating. We feel nothing but undesirable feelings. We feel sadness, anger, agony, sorrow, depression. But those are layers. Those are just layers we need to uncover, heal, love, and embrace. And each layer just gets better and better and better and closer to the answers you're seeking and the truth that you are yearning for and begging for and searching outside of yourself for. And it is just, these things, all they need is love. And you are always loved, always protected, always divinely guided, each and every single one of you. No one is left behind in the realms of guidance and assistance from higher beings, as in we are all one. We go within, we find we are those higher beings. We are this guidance. We are this love. And the first layers where we find the sadness, we find all of that, those are things that need to be faced so we can find the bliss. And the thing about that is, when you have a question about something and you want to go outside of yourself for answers, that's where community comes in, and it's good to help support us, but we have to do the rest of the work. We can't go outside of ourselves and tell somebody to heal us over and over and over and over, because it's up to us to heal those things. We have to go inside of ourselves to finish up the work, to clear up the rest of the gunk, to love ourselves through this sadness, through this pain. That is just the first layer. And the thing about this is that these things, they're just coming up again to be released so that you never have to deal with them again. And that's the beauty of it. Once we face ourselves and our shadow side, we never have to deal with those same issues again, because we have healed it, we've loved it, we've forgiven it, we've embraced it, we've accepted it, we've given it a hug, and we've let it go. We've released it back into source to be renewed and recycled and transmuted into love and the betterment for yourself and for humanity. And the awesome thing about even confronting those first layers when we go within is finding the answers that we seek in this moment. Our questions are only going to go as deep as the answers will get, and vice versa. Our answers will only go as deep as we're willing to ask. And but we'll always receive an answer in some form or another. And when we go within for the answer, we know that it is truth. Once we have cleared up once we've gone within and we cleared up and healed what fogs our perception and our intuition, we begin to find those answers a lot easier. But within the pain and within the heartache and within the depression and within everything that you are holding on to, you are not depression, you are not pain, you are not sadness, you're holding on to that. Within that, even then, you will find the answer. Even in the darkness, you can find the answer. Even in the fear, you can find the answer. It just takes love and going within. And not just once, not just twice, but over and over and over. It gets easier. It gets better. And with how humanity is now today, we're in glorious and magnificent times for going within. We're supported immensely by going within. We have the spiritual community. We have the cosmic energies, the planets, just everything supporting us for doing the work that it needs to go within and to clear up the fog and the gunk and the pain and the heartache and go within and find these answers. We feel so lost on our path, but the reason why we got lost in the first place was because we forgot, and we forgot because we allowed ourselves to be trained to forget, to follow a system that isn't serving humanity. It's not serving humanity anymore. It was serving humanity for a time, but it's not anymore, and it's time to go within. It's time to find the answers inside of ourselves. And no, I'm not saying that means do just that. Just go within yourself because that's just it. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do is go inside of yourself. No, because we are one. We are part of the whole. We are part of the source, of the God source, of the Christ consciousness, of the unity. We are part of the whole. And that means that everyone outside of us is our mirror. That means that we can receive answers from others, numbers, animals, the natural world. Our answers come in various forms and different ways depending on what we go within and decide is important for us, depending on what we decide is necessary for our growth and necessary for our being and our journey. And we just know, and we need to come into remembering that. We need to know that we just know. And it's so important to do this. It is so important to go within, because the time of being lost and the time of being confused is done and over with. It's time for humanity to step into our power. We already are. Things are happening at accelerated rates. But I still see people in the spiritual community asking and asking and asking outside of themselves, while seeing it as a separation thing. It's the intention behind it. It's the perspective behind it. When we see ourselves going outside of ourselves for answers and see it as a separate thing, then that brings this illusion of separation, and we keep and then that brings in codependence of the needing answers from outside of ourselves. We were a very codependent community and culture and just world. We were very codependent. We have been depending on the government, on other people for answers and providing for our needs. But we have everything we need inside of ourselves. You can, if you spend enough time within yourself, you can find 99% of the answers you're looking for. And the rest of that 1% is for your mirrors outside of yourself, your soul family, your tribe, this beautiful earth that we have to answer for you. But even then, that is still an answer from you. That may be hard for a lot of people to understand and contemplate, but think about this. Everything is made from stardust. Everything has been proved that it is just energy. So why would any of it be separate if we're all here together? We're all here together. We are all one. And if we come from one source, we're not separate from it. So this is what I mean by we are all one. This is what I mean by everyone being mirrors. And, we are part of the whole. So that 1%, yes, go to others. We're all here to help each other. We're all here to help each other grow and evolve and expand. But the rest of that 99%, go within, because you will find your truth. You will find your power. You will find your confidence. Anything you're desiring, anything you're speaking, you will find within. And this is just from experience. This is from lifetimes of experience. This is from remembrances, from channeling that I'm doing right now. This is just a mixture of everything that validates it. And I have been there. I've been afraid. I completely ignored my intuition because I was taught, just like everyone, or most, not everyone, but most, just like most, I was taught that my intuition was wrong and then it wasn't meant to be listened to. I was taught that listening to our logic and rational mind is the way to go. If things make sense, then they must be true. Not everything is supposed to make sense at first. If we go within and we find an answer we don't like, or an answer that doesn't make sense, we think about it. We can think about it then. I really think that, I know that it is important to go within and trust it. Trust trusting ourselves is so important to going within. Because if we don't trust ourselves, then we do begin to depend on other people. And we think we trust those other people, but if we can't trust ourselves, we can never really trust anybody else. And that's why we get confused. That's why we don't understand what's going on. That's why we get lost in our path. And we get stuck and stagnant. And for long periods at a time. Because we're not going within and doing the healing and the work that is necessary. And, when you go within, you'll see that nothing is separate. You'll know and you'll see these words and know they are true. You will see that within is the way to go and the way to be, because it's a constant process, and it brings us further and further into our truth and into our own abilities and on the right path, and it just helps us step into who we are as multi-dimensional beings of light and love. And anything we want, anything we need, anything we desire is inside. So, whew. Man. Wow. Okay. So, going within, it's just more and more need to realize how important going within is, because so many are still confused. So many are wondering why they can't find the way, why they're not on the right track, why they don't have their twin flame, why me, woe me. And going within, we find the answers to this. We just need to open up to facing ourselves and embrace all that we are with love. That includes our shadow self. That includes the part of ourselves that we don't like, that we haven't come to love, that we've been taught to disregard. That includes those parts. And unconditional love, observation, and not non-judgment. Non-judgment. So, I encourage. this intense energy right now. Intense energy flowing through me right now. And I encourage everybody to go within. Everybody, go within, go within, go within. I will repeat it until I see my timeline of people saying the answers rather than asking the questions. It's just going to happen, because that's what Spirit has continuously guided me to do now. I mean, if you're not, that's your journey. You're perfect right where you are. You are exactly where you need to be. But I am here for those who are wanting to know how to go within and wanting to understand why it's important to go within, so that you may go within and find those answers that you seek. Go within yourself. Go within for the answers. Go within for everything that you seek, and you will find it. It's not a joke. It's not some quote. It's truth. It is the all. It is the one. It is the answer. So, but again, even if you go outside of yourself, non-judgment, unconditional love, and observation, you can go within at any moment. You find yourself in a situation where, so for example, you post on Facebook saying, what is the answer to this question? You will get multiple answers. That is a perfect opportunity to go inside of yourself and say, okay, what do I deeply, deeply resonate with? Which of these answers seems like the most truth for me? Or are all of these answers piece of the truth, and do I need to go inside of myself? Constantly question ourselves, questioning, overthinking is actually, I think, a gift. But not if it's overused for the wrong is a bad word. Bad, oh my gosh. Old paradigm words. It's undesirable. And just two undesirable things right there. I lost my train of thought. Is the video still going good? I saw somebody say I'm cutting in and out. But, you find yourself in the situation where you're getting multiple answers. Oh yes, overthinking. It can be a gift if we use it to go inside of ourselves. And if we use it to look deeper into things, to see past illusion, to see past what's beyond the surface. And we see the answer. We see the answer to it. And it's just a process of retraining ourselves, of constantly, going within and doing the work. And it is worth it to do the work. It is worth it. You are worth it. You are so freaking worth it. I want to hug you, like all of you, every single one of you here. I want to hug you, and I want to tell you, you are worth it. You are worth every step that you take closer to yourself. You are worth every moment you choose to take another step forward and to take another step inward. You will find the bliss, the happiness, and the unity that you are seeking every day by going within and by doing this work. But yeah, definitely, you'll find the answers you seek by going within. And if you don't, you'll find it without. It's just balance. Balance, balance, balance is so important. As important as going within. And, just, compassion, just muster up enough energy and enough self-love to be compassionate and to be non-judgmental and to just observe yourself and be with yourself and go within and inside of yourself, whether that be while you're painting, drawing, creating music, or if you're in a situation where you're arguing with somebody, or where you don't agree with somebody, or where somebody is giving you a reading, a healing, go within and see what's happening. See what's going on inside of yourself. And you'll find the answers that you're seeking. Even when somebody is giving you an answer, you can go within. And it's important to go within when somebody is giving you an answer, so that way it is your truth. So, go within. Please, every single one of you, go inside of yourself. I promise there's beauty. I promise there's love. I promise there's happiness, prosperity, abundance, wealth, joy. I promise anything you desire is right inside of you. It is right where you are in this present moment. It just takes that moment and that time of going within. So, that's what I have for everyone today. You're all worth it. Each and every single one of you and your stories and your reality and your place here on earth is important. No better, no less than anyone else. It's all one. It's all of the one. You're all amazing. I love you all. And thank you for being here. And thank you for sharing this video. And thank you for your service and your place here on this earth. Thank you for your truth. And thank you for taking the steps to go within yourself. And thank you for all that you are and all that you have been and all that you will be. Thank you for being you. I love you all.